Hi, so Roblox has this really fun habit of letting games grow massive audiences, letting developers pour years of work into something, and letting players spend actual Robux on it, and then deleting the whole thing overnight with no warnings or heads up or anything. Just boom. So let's talk about the games that got quietly erased and what actually happened. Don't forget to subscribe. So starting off, we have a game called Football Fusion. And Football Fusion was one of the most popular sports game on the entirety of Roblox. So it had like real NFL teams, real logos, uniforms, and it ran completely fine for years. Nobody touched it. And then on December 3rd, 2021, the NFL partnered with Roblox to launch their own official game called NFL Shop. And 10 days later, Football Fusion was gone. I mean, the developer of the game literally said on Discord that he saw it coming the moment the partnership was announced between Roblox and NFL. So like, they filed a DMCA takedown over the team logos. The developer considered it pointless to clean up the material since there were thousands of videos of the game already using the copyrighted teams, so it was like they were like code. The NFL partnered with Roblox and realized there was a free competitor, and in this case it's Football Fusion, and had it deleted. So like, the NFL was essentially working to remove all unofficial likenesses from the platform to funnel revenue into their own content only, and no other games are allowed. So like, the game had been there for years. The logos had been there for years and nobody cared until there was money involved. So they rebuilt it as Football Fusion 2 with fake teams 5 days later, and that version reached 1 billion visits. Then in March 2025, the NFL DMCA'd it again. So like, the same developer got the same problem like 4 years later. At some point, you have to respect the commitment to making someone's life difficult. Moving on, we have a game that I personally like, or in this case liked. So we have Pokemon Brick Bronze, which was a full Pokemon RPG built inside Roblox. And it wasn't like a fan game that just kind of looked like Pokemon. No, it was like a complete Pokemon experience with its own story, its own region, gyms, everything. Tens of thousands of people played it regularly. And on April 18th, 2018, it was content deleted, with no warnings or any official explanation for Roblox as we're used to. So the developer confirmed that Nintendo, and we all know how Nintendo loves their fans so much that it keeps giving them lawsuits whenever they just glance at it. So yeah, Nintendo hit them with a copyright strike. So players who spent Robux on it got refunds for the last 30 days only, while everyone else lost everything. And Nintendo, as they always do, they never officially confirmed anything themselves. They just quietly reached out and the game disappeared. That was it. No statement or acknowledgement, nothing. The game just stopped existing one day and Nintendo went back to doing whatever Nintendo does. Then the mass deletion of Nintendo kept going. It was like a mass deletion week, complete week. So like August 6, 2018, games named Pokemon Fighters X and Project Pokemon both deleted. And of course this goes back to Nintendo. Then a week later, basically August 14, 2018, games named Paper Mario RP, which is roleplay, and Super Mario Showcase and Italian Plumber Simulator, which is Mario, all gone. It's like two ban waves from Nintendo in 1 week on Roblox, with absolutely no warnings. Moving on, we have a game called Survivor, and Survivor had been on Roblox for years based on the TV show Survivor. So like, they had years of no issues, years of nobody caring, and then on September 17, 2020, it got a content deletion for DMCA violation, and was just gone. What makes this one interesting is the developer's own content, which basically says when Roblox was small, nobody cared about this at all. No bans or anything. But the moment the platform got big enough to matter to corporations and they had the sweet money partnerships, suddenly everything became a problem. So like, the game never changed it, but Roblox itself changed it. And unfortunately, Survivor, alongside the other games I've mentioned, They all got caught in that transition. And finally, you have the game called Puppet. And Puppet is the one that still doesn't have a real answers. Like, it had like 140 million visits, and it was one of the most played horror games on the platform. On July 8, 2020, it just shut down. No reason given by Roblox, nothing official or public. The only communication was one of the developers posting on their group page saying that Puppet is shut down for some time and we're gonna keep you updated. They never really did. The game sat under review for over 4 months, and a YouTuber speculated it was because of, I don't know, the Piggy game or like Sesame Street character likenesses and the music used in the game. That's it. And after those 4 months, Roblox quietly set it to private and never said a word about it officially. I think the game came back though, sometime later, maybe a year later. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure. But yeah, the same idea exists that popular games are suddenly disappearing for no reason. So the pattern across all of these is pretty consistent, that popular games run fine until Roblox gets big enough that it starts mattering to corporations, and then suddenly everything that was ignored for years become a problem overnight. And when it happens, Roblox goes quiet. The developer gets a vague message if they're lucky, and the players just lose whatever they had in the game with no real recourse. Football Fusion came back twice and got deleted twice. Pokemon Breakgrounds never came back. Puppet just went private. Survivor was just done. So yeah, Roblox didn't build these games, they just decided when they ended, which is very sad. That was all. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.